Being a parent is not easy. It never was. We try to raise our kids to hold on to the values we, as parents, hold so dear. Sometimes we are successful, sometimes partially successful, sometimes not at all. Today, the challenge of parenting is harder than ever before, and for religious parents, even harder. Because mainstream culture and media today inculcate our kids with messaging and programs that go against many, if not all, of the values we hold so dear as parents that we try so hard to pass on to our kids. Like I said, parenting today is a huge challenge. If there were 3 messages or life tips that I would want my kids to remember and hold on to in order for them to have better lives, these would be them. 1, the biggest blessing is knowing that we are blessed. 2, perspective. Keep everything always in perspective. And 3, as a Jewish father, my final message or tip to my kids would be to be proud Jews. Folks, as you know, social media censorship is growing. The best way to support our video work for Israel is to subscribe to our video newsletter on pulseofisrael.com and to share our videos. If you are already a subscriber, then thank you. Let's start with tip number 1. The biggest blessing is knowing that we are blessed. Life is fleeting, with ups and downs that are totally out of our control. The only thing in life we actually control is our attitude that then dictates our reactions to situations. Too many people think that they are in control of their lives, but that is a total illusion. The only one who is truly in control is the one above. The key for each and every one of us to get through our daily lives, including the hardships and challenges, which are inevitable, is to have the right attitude. And that attitude is based on focusing on how blessed we are for all the good that we have in life. No matter how bad things get, there is always what to be thankful for. Even if it is just waking up in the morning and breathing with another chance to enjoy a day of life and make a difference in the world. And the biggest blessing of all is not just to be thankful for something, but in knowing how blessed we are. Being thankful for one's health is a blessing, but understanding how blessed we are with everything in our lives is a much, much higher level of understanding and gratitude. To live each day truly knowing that we are blessed, that life itself is a blessing, is a whole different level of gratitude and appreciation. It's a total paradigm shift in helping achieve a much more positive attitude to glide through the ups and downs of life. Something that is very helpful for Jews to hold on to this important attitude of feeling blessed is the life of daily prayers and blessings that we make on, well, everything. We are not supposed to take a bite of food or a sip of a drink without first saying a blessing of thanks. We are not supposed to begin our day or end our day without first taking a moment for prayer and acknowledging the one above for everything. Because at the end of the day, living each day with an attitude of gratitude helps us internalize how blessed we are, and it is a total game changer in helping one get through the ups and downs of life. Tip number 2, perspective. Always keeping everything in perspective. Again, life is filled with ups and downs, but the key to overcoming it all is the proper perspective. No matter how bad something is, put it into the proper perspective. Whether it is bad news, whether it is a tragedy, it doesn't matter. Put things into perspective. So many people get so worked up over bad news that they totally miss out on all the good happening around them, and they end up throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Even if it's just coming home after a bad day at work and taking out one's anger on the loved ones around him or her in the home, What a waste! If someone would just keep things in perspective, he or she would be able to express their anger and disappointment about their bad day, but embrace the love and support from their loved ones and enjoy it and revel in it and appreciate it. Perspective is so important, and so many people lose all sense of perspective when they experience sad or bad things, and sometimes stupid things. Because at the end of the day, no matter how bad or sad an experience, when keeping a sense of perspective, the overall good in one's life outweighs the bad. And keeping perspective allows one to move forward and continue being a productive member of society and someone that others are happy to be around. And finally, tip number 3, and this is from me, a Jewish father: be a proud Jew. We are the chosen people. Not chosen because we are better, not at all. God chose the Jewish people for a purpose, chosen for a purpose. And that purpose is to spread the message of God in the world by living our lives as Jews. Not by conquering the world, not by converting others, just by living our lives as Jews. Because, as I have said in other videos, the existence of the Jewish people in the world is basic proof to all of humanity that God exists. We, the Jewish people, are a nation that has survived 2,000 plus years of exile and persecution. We are a nation of people who speak the same language as our ancestors 3,000 plus years ago. We follow the same traditions as our ancestors 3,000 plus years ago. And we live in our same ancestral homeland as our ancestors did 3,000 plus years ago. There is no other nation in the world like us. And today, we have returned to be sovereign in our ancestral homeland after 2,000 plus years of exile and persecution. Totally miraculous. We have so much to be proud of as Jews. What's our secret of survival and passing on this Jewish pride from one generation to another? Well, secret number 1 of our survival is that the one above is looking after us. Hence, we still survive, even though in each and every generation we have enemies who try to destroy us. That's the simple answer. But that's not the whole secret. Because plenty of Jews run away from their Jewish identity because of the big challenge in living openly as a Jewish person. It's really secret number 2 that is the real secret sauce. And that is our Torah, the Bible, and our traditions. As the famous song in Fiddler on the Roof, Tradition, 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 tradition. Tradition. It is thanks to passing on the teachings of the Torah and keeping up our religious rituals and traditions that we as a people are able to survive generation after generation and fulfill our purpose as Jews in the world. So my final tip to my children would be to hold on tight to our Torah teachings and our traditions and rituals. Be proud of what our people have done for humanity and continue to do for humanity for thousands of years. Don't run away from the Torah, run away from our traditions, or run away from your Jewish identity, but embrace it all and be proud Jews and follow the Torah and our traditions proudly. Ultimately, that is how we as a collective people and as individual Jews make a difference in the world, by living our lives as openly proud Jews. I do hope my children and even grandchildren and great-grandchildren one day watch this video and internalize these 3 key messages for a good life and a good life as a Jew. And I hope this was helpful to you and your families as well.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.